What's up, LC heads? I would probably throw some Ethereon for this bad mamma jamma. I just dig it, right? I just dig it, right? We have like almost 400 stats already on the weapon, 180 strength, 180 intelligence, plus 10 defense and 10 mind, right? And we have fire, ice, earth, thunder damage plus 10%. Which is cool, because you can put this on a lot of different characters, and they're going to get, 10% more damage out of it, as long as those are their elements. And then, we have special damage plus 20%, so that is pretty cool. That's more cool for some characters that really want to empower their special. But either way, it's a pretty good sword, and it has strength and intelligence for those hybrid build characters that are scaling, well, more off of one stat than the other, or they're scaling off of both of them equally, or whatever the case may be. Well, this is a great way to just pump out both of those stats. So, this thing's pretty cool. I don't have it, and I don't have the arc. I'm going to be dropping a vid here pretty soon with Yuri. Geez. It was, some of the worst pull. Like, I know my dog's over here worried. He was like, that was messed up. Yeah, these are some of the worst pulls I've ever seen. I myself, man, I got to 60 of his, his credentials to get both sets of gear for him, right? I made it all the way to like 50 or 60 to be able to get both sets of gear without seeing a red orb. I've made a recording before where we literally did like 100 pulls before we saw a red orb, and I just thought that the shitty chances of some crap like that happening again just wouldn't happen. Well, I don't know if we got to 100, but we were damn close, folks. We were damn close to 100 pulls, and then I switched over and I finished up, the free lapis that I had a few pulls on, and even factoring that in, the last pull I did with free lapis, it did crap out like 4 reds, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay. And wouldn't you know it, the very, very last one, like I was about to bite my lip to death. Shit, I mean, we got through 3 red orbs, and they're all dupes, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. This was it. This was the chance. And, of course, the very last one did start doing a little dance. And we did luck out, and we got the hero. Now, yes, I will take the hero over the arcs right now because of the way that last Cloudia is putting them up on the pity. Right, the hero is going to cost 50 more pity medals than the arc is. Right, and I know that because we just pitied the damn hero from the other collab. I was gonna pity one of the arcs, then we pulled the arc, and I had to end up pitying the hero, which sucks. That would have been 50 more pulls that I could have thrown on this banner, right? And maybe, just maybe, although highly unlikely maybe, we would have this arc right now. But I gotta say, the whole guild is pretty down on this one. Not many people are having good luck at all. I'm having people questioning whether there's really a rate up on Yuri or not. Okay, it's also just a desperate time in Last Cloudia. It's part 2 of the collab. They really, obviously they're going to push players to spend and pull as much as they can on part 1, right? So that when part 2 comes, the only way you have any chance of pulling on the part 2 banner is if you come up off the Visa card. That's what ADAS wants you to do. Damn you, ADAS. Damn you, ADAS. Right? Anyway. We have some time. It's going to be up. Hopefully there's some new story you can grind out and get some lapis here or there. I'm even to the point already where I'm going to be going through and seeing what I can get. I think I have just about 3,000 grinded crystals here. And of course, we're talking about getting the arc for me because this is the one thing that I would be fishing for. All in all, decent stats. The arc trait, damage dealt to human type enemies plus 20%. Cut magic attack damage taken based on number of living allies with a non-human type. Cool. When taking lethal damage from a special, survive with 1 hit point until that attack ends. That's what I really like. That's what I really, really like. The very last part of this is just going to get you through the worst special that the boss can throw at you. Now, something can pick you off right after that, but typically after a boss launches his nut-busting Kamehameha wave, it's not followed by a bunch of little mob attacks or anything. Like LC typically gives you at least 4 or 5 seconds to try to recover from some shit like that, because they figure you're going to be reviving your party or whatever. The point is, this is going to let you survive, you know, a really bad special. That's cool. That in itself, that's going to save you a life, which might just give you enough life to finish off the fight. So the trait is cool. Yuri here appears to be quite the assassin, and he's particularly good at killing human type enemies. So this is already adding to that damage dealt to human type enemies plus 20%. Right, and cut magic damage taken by anything is awesome. None of these heroes are getting defensive abilities like the last Cloudia heroes have been getting, that have just been dropping right now. Right. Now, offensively, all these heroes have been great, right? But if you actually compare them defensively to like the last 2 units we've gotten specifically, like Sandman is just on a whole nother level, getting like some Ruto defense and just straight up going into turtle mode at any time. It doesn't even cost any MP, it's just instant, and then you can leave him alone and forget about it, go do something with someone else. And then we have Didi. Yeah, apparently Didi got done destroying Dexter's laboratory and decided to come over to last Cloudia. Didi is like freaking unkillable. Just like Dexter can't get rid of his sister, Didi is just dumb shit crazy with that. It's a page from Sheeta's book. I got some of the videos up kind of covering this. Right, but like compare those defensive abilities to what any of the heroes on these banners have gotten, and we're talking like apples and oranges. Right? On the other hand, these heroes are cranking out some crazy damage. So we're gonna have to see what's in store with Yuri, right? I'm just looking over his arc. Would like to get this. Of course, we have Earth Mega Drive in here, so this is something that I would want for all my Earth heroes to have, whoever doesn't have it. And of course, they're gonna put it on a limited rare arc, right? What's special on here? Well, dual wield we already have access to. We make the future. 40 seconds after battle starts, give unit a special damage plus 20%. Damage cap 2000 buff. Permanent until incapacitated. If incapacitated while the buff is given, give the buff after 40 more. Holy shit, that's awesome. That's cool. That's gonna empower a character's special by 20% and give some more damage cap. But you have to wait 40 seconds. So, I mean, that's kind of when you're gonna need it anyway. It's probably gonna take you, 40 seconds at least to get the boss down to half health if you're lucky, So, I don't know. I think that's cool. We have Special Shield up here, and Spirit Geyser for anybody that really wants that. But for me, it's about the Earth Mega Drive, and we make the future. So, we'll be fishing for this. Have some great abilities. That one actually has a sword on it that I would want out of all the accessories that have come on these. Now, I could be a dirty gambler and I could get a 10-pull ticket right now, but we're just going to hold off. We're at least halfway to Brave Vesperia arc. So this is how brutal it's been. I managed to get, let's see, I'm on lap 3. This is how far we got. And we did nab Yuri, though. Like, what was that? I'm trying to scroll down. What is going on? Okay. Let's say, how am I missing him? Like, right under my thumb. He does look killer. Yuri looks awesome. He is a soldier type. Gotta give them props. I dig his little getup. Very stylish little killer. Right? And we have some good resistances. What is that? Silence, curse, resistance to stun. That is a big one. That's like actually probably the first one that I look for is that stun resistance. Although he is weak to getting headaches. Well, you know, we can get him an aspirin. Abilities, they're going to be earth damage, which was kind of a surprise to me, right? I kind of thought he was going to be doing dark damage or something like that. I don't know, just by his whole look. But then I saw the green little winds around him. Oh, okay. So, Azura Edge, front long range, earth combo attack. I dig this just because it's like Blonde Voice. It's just like stans. Where, you know, it's like an air blade cut. Whatever you want to call it. It's a little Kamehameha out of the sword. Very cool. It travels. It will go through people. I've already seen that it will hit groups of people and it will travel through. So that thing's kind of cool. Tiger Blade is the S2. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't like Tiger Blade. I don't. I personally, Stan's S2. Stan's got that shit going on, yo. He's like, oh, I'm just going to bust into a front flip and smash through everything in front of me. And matter of fact, charge up Stan's S2 and just keep smashing that shit over and over again. Because he'll just jump back and forth and back and forth. And it is just dumb, crazy, ridiculous when you have a bunch of Stan's S2s to drop just back to back to back. I'm sure you're going to get some backstab damage as well in there. I haven't even tried it. But this guy's S2 is just kind of like medium area earth combo attack that launches enemies into the air. And my whole thing with it is I'm pretty sure from the few times that I've seen it, I wasn't that impressed with it. I think the whole medium area is when he actually comes down from the jump and he smashes a sword into the ground and it's like an impact and everybody around him gets hit there. You know, with any luck, maybe he's been getting interrupted the whole time and I haven't seen his full S2. But I will say this, the S3's killing it. Dragon Swarm. Instantly close the gap for wide area earth combo attack. So his gap closing move is an S3, which means that he's going to have a little bit harder of a time traveling as opposed to a character that can close the gap with their S1. Your S1's going to charge up all the time. Your S3's not, right? When you're fighting a boss that keeps throwing you across the freaking map, it's nice to have an S1 that gets you right back up to the boss to start doing damage instead of having to run all the way across the screen. This character could do that too with his S3, but you're never going to have as many S3s as you're going to S1, so you really got to kind of make his S3 count, right? But I think he's set up pretty cool for what he's doing, right? Because the S1, phenomenal. Just ranged, it is it's a long range earth combo attack, and I can see it just being terrible to deal with. I can see it just Hadouken. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where it's just like, you know, imagine Rimuru with 20 of his fireballs just shooting them one after another. And then when you do need to get up on someone and kill them, you can drop the S3. And once you get into the S3, you can start juggling them with the S2. Now, this guy is like a human killer, assassin type deal, and I think that's part of the reason they structured him like this, right? You're going to harass with the S1, and then you're going to go in with an S3 to close the gap, and between the damage from that and dropping a bunch of S2s and juggling your enemy, keeping them floated up in the air, that's a pretty good way to kill humans in Last Cloudia. You know, or so like the soldiers, the guard captains that we keep having to fight. Anybody that you can actually throw up into the air. I kind of look at Tiger Blade. That's kind of what it's there for, right? Now, it's never going to work on someone like Zuggy because he is anchored to the freaking ground by the god of destruction. But I'm pretty sure anytime that we're fighting, like, we've had a bunch of these skirmish fights, like Rabla and, you know, all the captains, and I'm pretty sure you can throw them up in the air and juggle them. Anyway, this guy is just probably going to have great damage against humans, because that's kind of what I've been seeing in his kit already, and just some of the abilities he's gotten. So, yeah, he's going to have an awesome niche for that. What is his special? Heavenly Blade Wing. Very powerful earth attack to all enemies. Damage cap 150,000. I can't wait to see that. So, I will obviously get to see that when we actually run this character and record what he can do. See how he actually runs. I'll put him in a party by himself. Right now, I'm trying to teach him anything at all so that I can at least, I don't know, put 50 SC on him and run him through. You know, I have a feeling he's going to crush the White Lab because they're all a bunch of humans, right? So traits, this is where it always gets interesting. I don't want to say always, but it gets interesting as far as this collab goes, because they have this OG gauge thing, and I was really wondering, like, what the hell they were going to do for him. So I haven't even read these, so let's check this out. Limit quartet, whatever. When using a skill, fill OL gauge and give the unit the OL gauge buff. Okay, based on amount of filled OL gauge, maximum level 4. Change OL buff effect based on OL gauge buff level. Okay, so at level 2, I'm gonna get physical attack damage plus 10% and damage cap 4k. Okay, that's not bad for level 2. Level 3, physical damage 20% and damage cap 8,000. Oh, and damage taken minus 15%. Now that's interesting. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of defensiveness out of this too. Oh, and hold on, I thought that was the end of it. Buff duration plus 10. Cool. So the higher level it is, the longer you're going to retain the buff. Level 4, the creme de creme. Physical attack damage 30%, damage cap 12,000. Like that. And damage taken minus 30. Oh, minus 30 is awesome. And I'm going to point this out right now. This says damage taken minus 30. That's the best damn thing you can have for damage taken, because it doesn't say physical damage taken. It doesn't say magical damage taken. It doesn't say special damage. It says damage taken minus 30. We love that. It doesn't discriminate. It hates equally. 30% from everything. Awesome. Buff duration plus 10 seconds. Okay. When used. Oh, shit. And when it's used, fully restore all skills SCT. Damn. So they just... Damn. Okay, so... Wow. So you're gonna... Wow. So he has... First of all, he comes with his own apple pie ability. So he has literally an apple pie that he can throw, and he can sacrifice his MP. He can throw his apple pie, fill up his kit, drop all that kit, and by the time you're done dropping it, chances are you're going to be at OL level 4, and you're going to have all these benefits and all this shit. And as soon as you do, as soon as you activate it, it's going to be like you apple pieing again. You're going to restore all skills SCT, right? That's freaking awesome. Because make no mistake, you're going to have to probably go through and dump half this guy's kit before he can get his OL buff or whatever the hell it's called. But once he gets that to level 4, it doesn't matter, because he's like, oh, everything's recharged. So he does get to be fully charged with like a full skill kit to throw. The way that I'm reading it, that's pretty damn cool. That is pretty damn cool right there. Wow, we'll have to see. And then we have Do Justice. Do Justice. Earth damage plus 40% and damage cap 10,000. Okay, it's not bad because we have like what, another 12,000 up there if we get to our max level, right? Oh, also the one thing I'm gonna say about limit quartered, I don't see anywhere. I don't see anywhere in here when using a skill where it's only going to let you apply these bonuses to one of your abilities. That's kind of like Luke's thing. Remember, it's like, okay, I'm buffed up, I'm charged up, I'm flinch proof, and now I can use this S3 and get like 64 hits, but then my buff is gone. I'm pretty sure he can only use it for one skill. Then he has to start buffing all over again. I'm not really seeing that with this guy. Like, once you get to your level whatever... Let's see, what does it say? Yeah, there's the different levels. Level 2, level 3. Damage capped, damage taken, buff duration. When used, fully restore. Buff active, OG. Okay, yeah, so this is just like, hey, he gets this buff, he gets all these effects, and then you can drop as many of your skill as you want while he has this buff up, and you're just going to get all this extra damage and all this other stuff. This isn't just for one skill. And then you have, now obviously the buff's going to wear off, right? And when it does, you have to start all over again. You probably would have somebody else apple pie him so that he could throw his abilities all over again and get his gauge filled up. And as soon as it does, he'll transform with his level 4 transformation, get all the bonuses, and then he'll apple pie himself automatically, right? Because as soon as you get to level 4 and transform, you get to restore all your skills SCT. So his limit ability is freaking phenomenal on paper already. I could say that. Do justice though. Typical earth damage, 40% damage kept 10,000 while unit is live. All other allies' physical damage taken minus 8% when an ally is incapacitated. Very greatly restore unit hit points. Give strength, defense, intelligence, mind 50% buff. 50% buff. Whoa. And restore 1 SCT stock for 1 skill. Okay, that's going to be only once per wave. But hey, like, it does have some more SCT, like, apple pie stacking in there, right? Like, do justice. It does have a way for you to get 1 more skill stock or something to throw more damage out there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, right? Now, the only really defensive stuff in here, though, and, like, right, damage taken minus 30% is awesome, right? The thing is, I doubt... Well, you know what? I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep just that buff on himself. You know what I mean? He's going to be going in between that minus 30% damage buff. That's for sure. And then he doesn't really have anything to shield himself. I actually would have thought... I mean, he's getting more defense in mind from Do Justice when an ally, like, is incapacitated. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But the traits look yummy so far. Abilities look great. And he does have some cool stuff. I think I saw, like, Gale Wind in there or something. When you're at full health, your SCT charges 10% faster or whatever it is. I love abilities like that. I dig that. So, saw some cool, nifty stuff that he already comes with. So, I'm going to go start building them. And, like, actually teach him something. And then we're going to run him and check out his kit. I will see you all then. Later.